All right, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Well. Prince Harry is furious at Meghan Markle. Furious. And I can only tell you this, that when they go to Australia, it is going to be a sight to see, to watch them try to cover it up. But Harry is not happy. Now, Meghan, for that matter, is also not happy with Harry because of some emails that came out that he wrote to a journalist. And it really bit him in the rear around his court case and how he just looked like a complete idiot trying to sue the newspapers, knowing that there were these emails where he was actually being called Mr. Mischievous, and the things he said to this journalist. Like, he has put himself in such a predicament. However, we're not talking about that today, but we are talking about is how Harry is really upset with Meghan, and I'm going to give you my perspective on it all, because I think what we are watching is the inside relationship of a couple who are trying to figure it out. But they're not going to be able to figure it out because this was a relationship that was built on not a foundation that is strong enough to withstand these issues. So always coming from this from a perspective that is a little bit more meaningful, should I say? Yeah. All right, so that's what we're talking about today. Let's get into it. Now, something that has shifted inside the Sussex household, and this time it is not about the royal family pushing back. It is Prince Harry reportedly furious over a major move made by his own wife, Meghan Markle. Folks, it is a doozy. And if this is true, this could be the clearest sign yet that things behind the scenes with Harry and Meghan are not as perfect as they would like you to believe, or as they would try to pretend to believe, because this is a story that hits on all the things that we have talked about around Meghan in those early days, where now Harry is starting to see it clearly as we saw it clearly in the beginning. We saw this clearly. He was in his head in love and all beside himself.
He talks of the pressure on royals to make marriage decisions with your head. He used his heart.
Trying to, say his wife was the second coming, like she was the Diana 2.0.
So much of what Meghan is and how she is so similar to my mum. She has the same compassion. She has the same empathy.
And now he's seeing, that she ain't the Diana nothing, right? And that's what this is showing us, Harry's whole reaction to this. So what is causing all of the tension? Well, according to reports, Meghan is making a big independent power move, where she's essentially made this big move, one that actually signals that stepping even further into her brand, her own control, and her own direction. Here, my friends, is the key issue around all of this. Because it's not just about business. It is about the separation of identity. We've heard them talk about the separation of their brands, but were their brands still separate, but still online with purpose? Meaning, you do your thing, honey, I'll do mine, but let's still kind of maintain some semblance of togetherness and like-minded messaging? Well, that's not what is happening right now. No, because while Meghan continues building her own personal empire, whatever that is, Harry is still deeply tied to his past, his family, and the legacy that he has walked away from. That is clear. And so now sources are claiming that Harry is not on board with how things are unfolding with Meghan. And honestly, that makes sense. It really does, because every time Meghan makes a bold solo move, it raises to this uncomfortable level, and it begs the question, where does this leave Harry? Is he a partner in this journey? Is he even somewhere in the rearview mirror for Meghan, for that matter? Or is he slowly becoming secondary, irrelevant, a side item, something that, okay, we'll think about that later? Yeah, I would think the latter, because there's also concern that this move could also widen the gap between Harry and any possible reconciliation with the royal family. Let's just get it real, folks, okay? Meghan is doing some things that are not going to help Harry. Because let's just be real about it. Every new headline, every brand move, every move in the spotlight, any and everything that she does makes it harder for Harry, for him to quietly return home, because it leaves him exposed. And what can he do when his wife is doing the exposing? He doesn't have anybody else to blame but her. And here's where things get really interesting. Okay, because this isn't the first time that she has seen this. We have seen this dynamic between Harry and Meghan, because Meghan has always been very strategic with the media. She's been very calculated intentionally. So she doesn't just participate in a narrative. She actually controls it. Absolutely. Because Harry is just the bystander of what she's controlling and driving. He can do nothing but just wait for it to happen, or watch it happen, or be surprised when it happens, right? And that's where we are right now, because she controls everything. But that same strength might now be creating tension inside their marriage. What is the priority? Privacy? Is that a priority? Stability? Is that a priority? And possibly a path back to Harry's family. Is that the direction that they are going on? What is exactly Meghan's priority around all of this? Meghan's priority, we know, is expansion, visibility, and building something that exists completely outside of the monarchy, where Harry is trying to get to. Okay? That we know. So what does this actually mean? This isn't just about one decision. This is about direction. Two people moving forward, but possibly not in the same way. And I've always said it. They are not aligned in purpose. So yet again, we have another instance of Harry and Meghan not aligned in purpose. Now, of course, none of this is being confirmed publicly, but when you start seeing these patterns, you have to ask this question. You have to ask yourself, is this a power shift or the beginning of something bigger? Because right now, Harry is in a position where Meghan is making their brand look very cheap. She's making the monarchy look ghetto. She is making things not pleasant for Harry. And the reason why they're difficult for both Harry and Meghan is because Harry is saying to Meghan, basically, she is looking like a very tasteless money grab with this whole women's event in Australia. Now you want to say tasteless and a money grab?
Now a warning?
Saying that Harry is furious. He is furious over Meghan Markle's upcoming paid appearance in Australia. Yes, folks, now we have officially the information that sets us free. Now, insiders have revealed that Harry is concerned about how this event in Australia, how it will impact their public brand, their image. Yeah, you should have thought about that a long time ago. Okay, there have been things that Meghan has done. Frankly, I'm sorry, you should have been way concerned about a lot sooner than now. But apparently you're now just getting this out there, I think, because you want Meghan to know you're not happy, Harry. Could that be part of it? Harry is absolutely furious furious about the way this has been framed, and he sees it as a tasteless money grab, because it is, Harry. It is a tasteless money grab. This risks sending entirely the wrong message at a very sensitive time for him. And that's the thing. Meghan doesn't care. That is impacting Harry and his ability to get back to the UK. Because Meghan doesn't care. She's going full ghetto mode. Okay? It's full ghetto. Because it's like the emergency brake has been pulled. Harry's trying to go back. Oh no, I gotta let the ghetto out. We are going to try to make some money off of this brand. Whoop whoop, Harry, let's do it. That's what's happening. And it has left Harry feeling deeply uneasy because he knows how this is going to be perceived, particularly by his family and critics who already question their motives. And this is the last thing that he needs right now. So we know that Harry and Meghan are going to be in Australia. Meghan is doing this whole women's event where she is selling tickets. And we know the tickets are $3,000 each. Harry is genuinely concerned that what Meghan is doing is going to hurt the progress that he has been trying to make by reconnecting with his family, essentially. Another source has claimed that Harry feels that this event feeds directly into the narrative that their trips are driven by image and a financial gain rather than purpose. Okay, yeah. Because you're not aligned in purpose, Harry. You're not aligned. This woman is about the money, the image, the getting out there and to, hey, let's try to make some money, money, money. And Harry is thinking, well, we got to do something that's purpose driven. We got to like kind of be like my mom. Like we can't do things that make it look like we're trying to make money and pay our bills. But Harry, come on. And it's astounding to me that this is coming out, because what this says is that, Harry, you did not marry the right woman. These are things that you should have had ironed out in the very beginning before you put a ring on it, buddy. And it's almost like now?
Now a warning?
It looks like tasteless. It's too late for that, Harry, because now you didn't set the beast off. The beast is out the cage, and she's emboldened to go out there and make the money. She's not going to listen to you and your purpose, right? The source is also saying that Harry is determined not to reinforce the criticism that he has tried to move forward. Well, too late for that, Harry. I'm sorry. It's too late. Your progress is dead. It's been dead for a while now. Too bad you don't know about that. So sources claim that Harry and Meghan's differing perspective have sparked behind the scenes tension. Yeah, and we've seen it a while now. We were on to this tension when they went to Jordan. We have seen it. When they spoke at the event with the charity, they have shown us that they have tension within their relationship. And I would not be surprised if they are no longer even physically living together. So this is the problem that we have. Harry has finally seen the light. And he knows where his woman, Meghan, is coming from. And he doesn't like it. Too bad he didn't listen. Because I've been trying to tell him this for a long time. It took 6 years to say it. And he's finally starting to get it. Let's see what happens when they go to Australia, because it is not going to be good. And I think this is why he's going to be in Melbourne and she's going to be in Sydney. This has shown us the problem. And Harry has essentially told us he's on to his wife now. That is significant. That is very significant, because as I've always said, what Harry needs to do is hurry up and realize the situation that he is in, that Meghan is going to sabotage everything about his return to the UK. And the sooner he recognizes that they are not aligned in purpose and that it will never work with Meghan coming to the UK, the sooner he can get on with his life, because that is what is going to happen. It just takes time. It takes these instances of really getting fed up with everything about his wife to understand he's got to make a move. And that, my friends, is the moral of the story. It's like, wake up, recognize, and get to moving. Let's see how long it takes him to do it. That's my advice. Yes, yes, yes. All right, everyone. And that's all I have for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.